Battle raging in the Spa 24 hours over the weekend. These four BMWs now passing back markers as they head for the first pit stops. It's now 5:30 in the evening. The shadows are getting longer and longer. Orders changed again up the front. No team orders between the Bugatti and Schnitzer teams. And behind them, the Opel Vectra of Alain Coudini right up there amongst them now. He's caught up a lot over the last 20 minutes, and he in fact is looking to take third place as the BMWs start to head for the first of their pit stops. Coudini, very experienced driver, of course, in ice racing and in the French Super Tourism. Here at the wheel of the Team Opel France entry, the other one put in as Team Opel Belgium. Alex Bergstaller, very tall driver, very noticeable when he's in the car. Coudini in third, having passed Piquet. First pit stop's coming up now. Waiting for the number 7 car to come in of Tassan, Muller and Alberchetti. There is Thierry Tassan, man who's won this race. In he comes, heading into the pits. Drops out of 4th place. This is one of the Schnitzer cars, remember. Comes down to put the car into the care of team manager Charlie Lamb. Out goes Tassan, in goes Yvan Muller, man who's shining so well in the French Touring Car Championship. Cars tended, the driver strapped in, wheels changed. Then once all that's done, they can refuel, take on a full tank for the next fuel stint. Schnitzer crew, of course, well experienced here. Oh, there's a problem with the fuel, it's sprayed everywhere. Oh, there's a fire, there's an enormous fire. Oh, Yvan Muller's out of the car in double quick time. That was an enormous fire, and it reminds everyone of 1992 when the Nissan of Anders Olafsson, which was in the next door pit to Schnitzer BMW, went up in flames. Charlie Lamb was involved in that fire too. Here come the fire crew. I think the team have got it out already. There's chaos in the pits at the moment. Well, let's have a look at it again, see what happened. We saw that fuel spraying everywhere. As the mechanic took the nozzle off, the valve didn't close. Now Charlie Lamb there in the red, see, he went to try and help. Suddenly the flames went up. Muller gets out in a hurry. But already the extinguishers working, and this was a notable in 1992. That's how brave and efficient the Spa fire marshals were, getting the Nissan fire out. They do the same. Hey, look at Charlie Lamb there in the red shirt, no protection. So the second time this has happened in 3 years, and amazingly, as we said, happening in neighbouring pits. It was Nissan in 93, Schnitzer BMW this time, but their race surely over. Thierry Tassan.
Well,
the fuel valve just stuck. There's nothing we could do. It sprayed everywhere. It's catastrophic for us because we were in 4th place at the time and we were just closing up. I think we were the fastest of the BMWs.
Vous avez eu le réflexe de sortir en une fraction de seconde.
J'avais pas envie de rester dedans.
I think we can get the car fixed. He said it's too much damage. Well, Joe Winkelhock now coming towards his pit stop in the number 8. Car he's showing of Steve Soper and Peter Cox of Holland. Steve Soper, man who's won this race, of course. Last won it in 1992. '93 was the last time that Schnitzer was here. So everyone watching with trepidation this refueling operation. Winkelhock telling Soper what track conditions are like. Straps him in. Steve will take the car back out into the race. Well, no problems this time. You can see on the ground there all the damage from that fire. So Soper going out of the pits as in comes the number 1 car of Nelson Piquet. Piquet out and Marc Duez about to hand over. Piquet's distinctive helmet there. The Brazilian Formula 1 driver. Giving the car to the Belgian national rally champion, an endurance racer. Oh, there's a problem though. This is Cudini. Hellery, he's stopped. Gearbox problems. That's Eric Hellery there walking away. So gearbox problems putting that Opel France car out. So big blow for Opel this early in the race. These cars, these Vectras are expected to have the legs of the BMWs. Out goes Marc Duez, again a very tall driver. But look at that, slipping and sliding on all the extinguisher and spilt fuel from that fire. Duez, a man who's really at home here. He won here in Group C days, driving for Courier Cos in C2. Knows his circuit better than anyone, lives just down the road at Verviers. Oh, and this is Satoru Yamaguchi in a Toyota Corolla. He goes off at Raidillon halfway up the hill. This is all the new work that's been done for the Grand Prix. He goes into the tire wall. It's a big accident in the number 18 Toyota, and their race is over. Look at that. He lost a wheel. We saw it as he came up the hill. Wasn't his fault. It all came at the wrong time in the wrong place. The fastest hill on the circuit, the Fiat Raidillon. Winning comes the number 1 BMW. Later in the race, pit stops coming thick and fast now. Nelson Piquet takes over again. This is just after Duez set the fastest lap so far, a record lap at 2 minutes at 35.66. So the pace absolutely frantic here on the Saturday evening of the Spa 24 Hours. Charlie Lamb there, shutting the door, hands slightly burned. Well, there's a problem though, or is there a problem? No, it's our helicopter picking up the pit stop. It looked like the car was stopped in the country. So Piquet taking the number 1 car, the car that's on the front row of the grid, car which he's sharing with Duez and Ravaglia. Back out into the race, Roberto Ravaglia, of course, one of the most experienced of all touring car drivers, and who won the 1987 World Touring Car Championship and the 1988 European Touring Car Championship. Was Italian champion in 90 and 91. As we pick up Winkelhock, Soper, Cox car driven by Steve Soper at the moment. Oh, some very late braking there. That's Nelson Piquet, just giving himself a brake test going into Les Combes at the top of the mountain. Still going like a train. The Opel Vectra of Eric van der Poel. Thibert. And Amroul. So this race coming a mere 4 or 5 weeks after the Nürburgring 24 Hours. On here is one of the stars of the show. This is the Peugeot 806 People Carrier. It's an incredible vehicle with this 260 horsepower, qualifying on the 6th row. That was something. This is Peugeot's answer to the Ford Transit Supervan and of course to the Renault Espace Formula 1. So all taken in very good nature as we see night falling now here at Spa. Marc Duez waiting for his car to come in. This car leading at the moment, in fact. So Duez having gone ahead of Bergstaller, Winkelhock, Van der Poel and Adams in 5th, 2 laps back. All the others on the same lap. And Didier de Radigues in 6th place, 3 laps down. Such is the pace after 5 hours of racing. Marc Duez, man very used to racing here at night, goes back out into the race.
Was very good. I had one problem with one slow car here, but the car still was okay. I was thinking to maybe to have a punch, but the car was okay and no problem at all.
Roberto Avalia taking his ease after another determined stint. Winkelhock comes in, hands the car over to Britain's Steve Soper. Schnitzer team efficiently getting the car back out.
Okay, because we had one pit stop more, because we had a problem with flat spot tire. So now we have to fight to keep in front of the Bugatti, the car of Bugatti, and so at the moment I think it's easier than in the day. In the cold weather, it's much easier to try hard and to drive consistent laps.
Well, then it's time for the pit stops for the Audis. As we see some of the action around the circuit. In comes the Adams Moss Vos car. Followed quickly by the Abthaug Kramer car. The Snowbet Run cars run by the same team that runs in the French Super Tourism.
Si on se bat pas sur la piste, on perd 12 minutes plus si
Eric
on a
Van der
perdu sur la
Poel.
piste. Donc de toute façon, c'est toujours ça de gagner. Hein.
Sinon la voiture marche bien.
Or Interzeba saying, well, yes, it seems to be going well now. It's
réfléchi, mais à part un phare
very
qui
pleased
tient
with the
un peu
Opel. It's over the Audi. It's going going very well indeed. As in comes the number 9 car, Bergstaller, Hoffmann and Muller. They've got a problem.
For the last half an hour, more or less, an engine problem. It looks like there's a problem with the camshaft.
So it's finished.
Unfortunately, it's finished. Yes.
You cannot change the engine.
No, it's no way, not possible, not allowed also.
So Ingo Hoffmann telling us it's all over for the number 9 car, out of the race after a great performance early on. Well, problems for the Peugeot as well. Philippe Verlaine telling us, well, we've had all sorts of problems. An oil pump broke earlier on, but we continued after fixing it. Then the suspension broke, but then it's been overheating for the last half hour. And finally he said, well, the engine just stopped. It's getting tighter and tighter. Came into the bus stop and just suddenly stopped. So seized, that's it, it's all over. Well, problems here for the one of the Audis. We've got problems fitting one of the wheels back on and lose 12 minutes.
Et puis je me suis réveillé, puis la voiture était au stand, ils travaillaient sur la voiture, je ne sais pas ce qu'ils ont fait. Apparemment ils ont changé la boîte de vitesse et la transmission, et ils ont construit carrément une nouvelle voiture.
Quel est l'état d'esprit quand on repart dans ces conditions-là?
Bah, je crois que c'est ramener la voiture à l'arrivée.
Van der Poel telling us they had problems getting the wheels on because there's some fault with the transmission. Something's out of line, but they get it all back on. Has cost them those 12 minutes though.
Oui, on remonte doucement, donc c'est bon. La voiture va très très bien.
This is Didier Rodriguez telling us about their progress in the Honda. They're going extremely well indeed.
Bah oui, on suit un tableau de marche.
Running in 5th place overall at the moment in the Little Accord.
On mérite cette place.
The Rodriguez says it's really going well. I'm really enjoying this. Marc Douay, he's another man who's thoroughly enjoying it as well. Still in the lead after 10 hours, just ahead of Winkelhock.
Contrôler l'adversaire. Il faut apposer un certain rythme.
Well, we're trying to keep the lead. It's very close. We have only 1 second over the Schnitzer car of Winkelhock, he told us. Nelson Piquet.
The car is very
Still
good.
one of the most popular men in motorsport.
For me, it's very difficult to drive in the dark. You know, I'm not driving every month. I drive once a year. But everything's going all right. The car is good, continue very strong, no problem at all.
And why did you take the drive for the night?
Well, we have to divide between, there's only 3 drivers, huh? everybody do 45 laps, and we'll have to go.
A man still enjoying his motor racing as the darkness really closes in over the Ardennes. But for the rest, the racing has to go on. Fighting continues out on the track between the BMWs, Audis, and of course the Opels. Dawn's coming, pit stop now for the Honda. We took the chance afterwards to talk to Belgian rally champion Patrick Schneier, the man who's normally racing on gravel rather than tarmac.
Ouais, c'était dur quand même, surtout à la fin parce que le dernier tour, les pneus étaient vraiment.
But we had some good drives. Didier has done a great job. I can't believe a motorcycle guy can come and do so well. It's all going well. The car is absolutely perfect. No problems at all.
Oui, nous sommes un peu en retard avec les BM.
Well, we're going to chase, going to push hard. Maybe we can catch these cars ahead of us, the BMWs. Let's see how it goes. Well, problems for the number one car. Rivalia's had a collision with the Peugeot diesel running in the race. And Gabriele Raffanelli, boss of Bugatti, is not happy. We explained there was a collision in the dark. Rivalia turned into a corner. The Peugeot diesel of Van der Vaart was doing the same thing, and they somehow managed to collide. The only diesel car incidentally in the race. It's a 306 diesel, running in the diesel class. Well, it's one of those things, says Van der Vaart. He said, I was driving at my maximum speed, I turned in and there was a collision in the side with Rivalia as we went into Rayon. I'm not very happy. He said he tried to pass me in an impossible place. Well, that may have changed the shape of the race. Let's find out in a moment after we take a break.